Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to episode 13 of Ever17, the Out of Infinity. If I'm wrong, which I probably am because I forgot to actually check before starting recording, I was planning on it and then I just got everything set up and did it anyway. Got started. Well, which means I could technically quit and who wants to do that? Alright, so if I remember right, they were going to sink this elevator they're on. Pretty sure that's correct. Exposition out of the way. They're going to try to sink this elevator. Skimmy's got been busted out the torch or welding device thingy. So what? Skimmy, are you crazy? Skimmy took the lit torch in hand and slowly stood up. Blue flame erupted from it like a jet engine hissing in the dim light. Oh, no way, man. You're kidding, right? Sugumi! Sugumi didn't answer. Sugumi grinned triumphantly. She put the flame to the edge of the elevator shell. Yeeks! That was the mispronunciation of the term yaks, I believe. Then again, I guess to the person saying it, it's very rarely an issue of pronunciation. They don't care. There was no time to stop her. A coin-sized hole opened in the egg-shaped elevator and seawater came spurting in with tremendous force. You idiot! 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 What are you trying to do? A hole! There's a hole! Takashi's really pointing out. He's being an official Captain Obvious here. I'm pretty sure she knows there's a hole since she just took the trouble to take a torch and make a hole.
ええ、開けたのよ。
Good job, Sugumi. Tell him how it is. Sugumi was as calm as ever. She extinguished the flame as if nothing had happened. She placed it in the toolbox and shut the lid. The seawater created a mist, descending all around us. Sugumi licked the droplet off of her lips. You're crazy, right? You need to be locked up or something, correct? You escaped from the Missile Institution and you came here, correct? That makes perfect sense. Actually, it makes perfect sense what she did, but Takashi seems to... It makes reasonable sense what she did. Takashi's just going a little bit crazy himself here. Yeah, being cooped in here has made you crazy. Sugumi just snickered. As we continued this exchange, water continued to pour in. It pooled in the bottom of the egg. It covered our ankles, then our shins, swallowing our knees and lapping at our thighs. Thought maybe I'd wash my hair, yes. I don't know when I'll be able to do this again, so... Yeah, you know, I was in a rush. I've almost missed meeting up with my friends yesterday, so... I'm gonna wash my hair. I thought it was good timing. I was due for a wash anyway. I'd missed... Okay, well, I didn't say that, but... I missed bathing the day before. I dunked my head under the inflowing water and mussed up my hair. Yep, it was invigorating. I could really feel the minerals seeping into my scalp. The water was cold, but it was actually refreshing. Hey, can you get me the shampoo for me? You know, the one that makes for all the awkward commercials? What the heck am I doing? Sugumi gave me the evil eye. Coming for Sugumi, the evil eye is quite powerful. Just then, boom, the egg elevator took a big jolt and started to move. I don't know if I did that might not have been the proper choice there, but I thought, Heck with it, why not? I began to inch down ever so slowly. Peeking through the window and into the blue, we could see the outside of LeMU. The blue gradually got darker, and the steel bulkhead appeared to move further away upward. Oh, excuse me, folks. Wow. I just kind of got done eating, and that probably not a good idea to eat right before doing something like this. The higher water pressure increased the force of the water pouring in. The speed of our descent picked up. I wondered how many feet we had dropped. I shifted my gaze toward the sea bottom, but Driftay Stock still had not come into view. The water in the elevator had already reached my chest. My legs were floating. I was on my toes. I kicked with all my power off the floor and seized the edge of the ceiling. But, hey, don't you think this is pretty dangerous? A strange smile appeared on Tsugumi's face. It seemed she was getting a little worried. I wonder if I want to die like this.
Come on.
No, not maybe. His harebrained idea was all your... The surface of the water reached my throat and cold seawater rushed into my mouth. I lifted my chin and desperately tried to stick to the ceiling. Tsugumi! Tsugumi! I screamed crazily. I looked sideways and saw Tsugumi struggling to stay above the water. Just then, the egg was shaken by a strong shock. We made it to the 3rd floor. I wanted to shout, but this was impossible. There was no longer enough air for me to yell. I didn't know if she had panicked or what, but Tsugumi was thrashing her arms and legs around desperately. In this blur underwater, I pinned down Tsugumi's shoulder. It's alright, I'll take care of it. I felt Tsugumi's body relax. Now, did he actually say that, or did he think it, or did he sputter it? I kicked against the wall and clung to the handle of the watertight door. I focused every ounce of strength in my body on turning the heavy handle. Because my body would float, I couldn't gain traction with my feet. Bracing one leg on the handrail, I continued turning and turning it. The water pressure began pressing in on my eardrums. My body was screaming for oxygen. Open! 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 The double ply door opened. The mass of water and Tsugumi and I were all spit out of the elevator and onto the floor. But we didn't have time to catch our breath. Seawater was flooding into the hole in the elevator more ferociously than ever. I got up immediately and rushed to the watertight door on the elevator. First I closed that door, locked it, and then closed the door on the LeMU side as well. For a while I couldn't move. Tsugumi too lay sprawled out on the floor. I didn't feel angry with her, because relief was the dominant emotion. That was such a stupid thing to do. What if we had really died? Tsugumi was coughing a little, looking down. She didn't try to look at me. I thought that maybe she was reflecting on what she had done. That's it, maybe. Maybe she just isn't a people person and she has a hard time getting along with others. Heck, she's a can-do person. She can't do it, she'll do it anyway. Come hell or really, really high water. She seemed fragile and lonely. Maybe she needs someone's help. It's the first time that I had realized there was anything weak about her. Sitting all alone in the middle of that sprawling floor, she looked so small. like a newly born chick. The hallway was dark. The darkness hid our surroundings from us and felt oppressive. I walked slowly forward, making sure of each step. In my right hand, I had a huge toolbox. It was so heavy, it felt like my shoulder might break under its strain. Wonder if this area is full of water from yesterday's flooding. Tsugumi shot a question back at me.
だから
2 syllables. That was all she said. Okay, yeah. Just curious, just curious. What's your problem anyway? Just a minute ago you were desperately screaming for help to keep from drowning.
そんなこと言ってない
Yeah, but your eyes did. Oh, don't trust the person's eyes. It's asking for trouble.
訴えてない
There you go, acting all tough again.
強がってなんかいないそれに
Ah! Don't just stop all of a sudden like that. Oh, I thought she punched me. It's dark and I can't see.
いい繰り返すけど私はあなたに助けてなんて一言も言ってないから
Tsugumi turned back to me. Shrouded in the darkness, I couldn't really make out her expression. Yeah, but if I hadn't opened up that door, the chances are you and I would both be floating drowned in that egg.
あなたに助けられるくらいなら死んだ方がまだ良かった
Yeah, Takashi, I don't think she's a people person. Just saying. Oh, really? I think the worst thing you can say to somebody who's not really happy towards you is, oh, really? I don't think it helps them be any more friendly towards you. Jeez, why can't this girl ever be honest with people? I went around Tsugumi and walked further along the flooded corridor. One more thing I want to get off my chest. What were those words all about anyway?
あの言葉
As she fired another short question at me, Tsugumi passed me again. What you said before we got in the egg on this second floor. I really need you. Your eyes were watery. You were begging me, right?
ええしたわ
Oh, that was an unexpected answer.
それがどうかしたの
So you were depending on me after all. And now you finally admit it. Tsugumi continued forward without talking. In other words, if something were to happen, you want to be with someone you can rely on. You're afraid to be alone. That's why you wanted me to come.
あなたバカでしょまだ気づかないのあのエレベーター愛は中性浮力を利用してるから基本的には動力を必要としないただしバラストタンクの注水時排水時その時にだけ電力を用いる今は停電してるから
You couldn't operate the ballast valve. That much I know.
じゃあアルキメデスの原理って知ってる
Well, I do know that I didn't know that water was heavy earlier. So I wouldn't think he doesn't know the Archimedes principle. Let's go with the I don't know it. Nah, I can't say I understand that. I remember hearing about it a long time ago at school, but I forget. I don't. To be honest, I'm not absolutely sure what it is either.
物体にかかる浮力はその物体が押しのけた液体の重さに等しい
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, that's Archimedes' principle. And what's that got to do with this?
あとは自分で考えれば。
There's a lot of water to go down. They need more weight, I guess, right? There she went again. She would tease me along, but that was it. I gave a deep sigh and shook my head. I switched the heavy toolbox to my other hand and continued walking. Oh, that's interesting. I guess if he knew it, he would spout it at her and the reader would know what it meant. I guess that's what it meant. It needs to be more heavy so that... Or there needs to be more weight there to displace the water below it or something. I could be stupid, I don't know. I followed after her. Oh. Turning the corner, it finally hit me. Oh. I see, so that's what you meant. I thought it was weird you inviting me along. To sink that egg elevator to the 3rd floor, its total weight had to be greater than the force of the buoyancy. So just one skinny girl like you wasn't going to be enough weight.
そう。だから、勘違いしないでくれる？ここに閉じ込められた5人の中で、あなたが一番重いでしょ？
Oh, oops. Not just some big rock paperweight.
そうね。
A man, not a paperweight.
あなたは漬物石っていうよりも、ただのうつけ者。
Burn. As I was thinking of a comeback to Rockhead, we arrived at our destination. Yellow and black stripes appeared dimly ahead. This it? This the generator room? He's Tarzan? There was a plate with information in front of the door, but it was too dark to read. I'll take a look. I reached toward the door handle. I think I remember something.
待って。
Yeah. Sugumi grabbed my arm. Huh? What's up? What? If you don't talk, I don't understand. Sugumi held my arm firmly. The wet palm of her hand felt cool. I didn't know what she wanted to say. I tried to read something from her expression, but it was too dark to see.
開かない方がいいと思う。
Why not?
危険だから。多分。
Dangerous? Inside this room? Sugumi nodded and gently removed her head from my arm. And then she quietly approached the door. She tossed some of the water droplets from her hand at the steel door. The droplets sizzled on the door, evaporating away. Is there a fire or something inside? Sugumi shook her head.
熱水を利用した発電機から出火するとは考えられない。
Then...
きっと蒸気が、とても高い温度の水蒸気が中に充満してるんだと思う。ここの発電機はもともと6気圧の下で正常に作動するように設計されてたのよ。でもレミュー内の大気は今1気圧。
As y'all keep pointing out.
高圧力の蒸気が充満したタンクとかパイプとかそういったものに亀裂が生じる可能性もないとは言えないわ。あるいは異常が感知されたせいで安全バルブが開放されたとか。
Oh, I get it. Either way, steam is leaking from somewhere and there isn't enough power to turn the turbine. And so the generator stopped. If that's what happened, then that could have been pretty dangerous. The instant I opened the door, my whole body would have been showered with several 100-degree steam. Like Sugumi, I tossed some water on the door. After that, Sugumi and I made for the room next door to the generator room. We were implementing Sugumi's plan. First shut off the hot water flowing to the generator room. It was dark and I couldn't see everything, but the room was covered in an astounding network of pipes. The pipes continued into the generator room next door. It seemed that opening and closing the valves could adjust the water and oil pressure. Normally, LeMU is responsible for maintaining the generator room, but even LeMU can't do much when the generator itself goes out. Anyway, this is all because the power supply is down. This room is designed so that maintenance can be performed manually at times like this or during blackouts. That was what Tsugumi told me. Why does Tsugumi know so much about LeMU? She seemed to know where the generator room and the room with all the pipes was. These doubts nagged at my mind. As I was thinking these thoughts, Tsugumi plugged away next to me. Tsugumi selected one pipe from the countless rows of them and closed its valve. I had no idea which pipe was doing what, but Tsugumi had known. What kind of girl is Tsugumi anyway? I still hadn't found out how she had known that the inside of the generator room was dangerous. I wonder if Tsugumi has some kind of connection with LeMU.
これで多分大丈夫だと思う。
As soon as the work was done, Tsugumi left. I was left alone in the room. There were still a number of nagging doubts that I hadn't resolved. With this, we would be able to shut off the hot water flowing to the generator room. Even so, on the other side of the door, it was still hot enough to scald. Tsugumi and I waited in front of the generator room until the temperature inside had cooled down sufficiently. We sat on the water-covered floor and leaned against the wall. We sat next to each other. Oh boy, I bet this is going to be awkward silence here. And even more awkward conversation if he tries to push for it. We were both already drenched, so we didn't have any problem about sitting in the water. Besides, the water was warmer than it looked. I thought it was probably the heat from the generator room. Hey, how long do you think we're going to have to wait? I asked to give me this because she's the one that's there next to me. An hour? Tsugumi didn't even try to answer. It was so dark that I couldn't even tell if she had nodded or shaken her head. In the darkness, there were intermittent and repeated clicking noises. It was like the sound of dry plastic crinkling, like on the top of a champagne bottle. It sounded like this was coming from near Tsugumi's hands. What's that?
Eh?
That crackly sound you're making. The sound stopped. Tsugumi took whatever it was and put it away in her pocket. Dang, Takashi, you gotta be nosy about everything, man. I thought it might be her way of saying, I'm not going to tell. What is it with you? You only answer when you feel like it. You're like a cat.
猫は嫌い。
Huh?
ネズミを食べちゃうから。
Okay, well, your mouse, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Oh, what is that word I'm trying to say? I can't think of it. Oh well. She sides with the mouse in the conflict of the two. Which side does she also sit with? The dog side versus the cats, or who knows? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. How ironic, because I have no clue what I was actually just talking about either.
私は猫じゃない。
That's for sure.
私が答えるかどうかは気分とは関係ないの。意味のある質問には答える。そうじゃなければ答えない。ただそれだけ。
Really? So you're serious?
だからそういう質問には答えたくないの。確認のための質問。あなたには知る必要のない質問。私が知らないことを知ってるくせに聞いてくるような質問。世の中にはあまりにも不毛な会話が多すぎる。そう。
Oops. Alright, I got it already. How about I ask you a meaningful question? I want to ask, Which one of these is more meaningful? I suppose that's more relevant. But that is the one that's kind of more interesting. Which means she probably won't answer it till later. Yeah, we'll go with the air pressure in the generator room. It was something that had been bugging me. So I decided to take this opportunity to ask about it. It's about the air pressure in the generator room. A while ago, until you closed that valve, super hot water was being pumped in, right? And that water turns to steam and it gets more and more packed in there. What's more, it's steam at a temperature of several hundred degrees. So that means that the air pressure in the room is just getting higher. For example, it's like if you poured a bunch of water into a kettle, welded it shut, locked the spout, and put it in a fire. Then finally it would go and explode. Right? Boom! Right. Yeah, I guess I didn't say boom. And if that's what happened in a generator room, why is it fine?
Eh?
I mean, why is that?
それがあなたの考えた意味のある質問なの?
You bet, because it's a matter of life and death. I guess it does make sense. I mean, I figure there's some sort of valve letting off steam somewhere because, it does actually have a good point because if the generator room just exploded, that could be bad.
典型的な愚問に思えるけど、まあいいわ。まず、発電機が正常に作動していた時のことを考えてみる。その時も水蒸気は継続的に発生し、タービンを回していたはず。そうして役目を終えた水蒸気は最終的にどこへ行くのか。多分レミューの外に排出されてたんだと思う。つまり夜間の蓋は開いていたということ。
Hey, I see. So the generator room was connected to the outside by a pipe or something. That made sense. I nodded to myself, then...
ね
え。Oh. I didn't know what she was thinking, but Sugimi suddenly put her face in front of mine. She's setting me up for another trout, isn't she? She already tried to drown me. Uh-oh. What?
今度は私の番ね。
Uh-oh. Yeah?
質問してもいいでしょ?
Sure. Go ahead.
目閉じてくれる?
Don't do it, Takashi. It's a trout. I don't know what she's up to, but don't do it. Is that the question?
正確に言うとお願い。
There in the darkness, in the narrow corridor, just a few inches from my nose, the two of us, my mind turned to steam and evaporated.
閉じて。
Almost as if I were hypnotized, my eyes began to sink. And immediately after that, uh-oh. Lots of sounds. I didn't know what to make of these noises. I opened my eyes without thinking. Sugimi was grinning mischievously right in front of me.
閉じてて。
Whoa. Sugimi covered my eyes with one hand. And then... Hey, what are you doing?
このゴキブリ野郎！ゴキブリ野郎！
I screamed! What are you doing? A liquid spray like something showered my face. That went in my mouth!
それでも食らえ！しょー！
Stop it! What's the matter with you? I desperately tried to resist, but my body wouldn't do what I told it. Sugimi had me by the neck.
そうだ。参ったか、カマドウマよ。別名便所コオロギよ。
End of life. Wow. That's rough. Harsh. With those words, the eruption in my face stopped. My mouth is done. What do you say, buddy? Man, she's something. I thought she was laughing, but the next thing I knew, Sugumi had started rubbing my face with a cloth. It was rough, and her technique wasn't any better. I stopped my futile resistance. I was almost choking.
これでいいかな?
Sugumi took her hand off of my neck. Unable to open my eyes, I scooped up seawater from the floor and put it in my mouth. It was salty, but I didn't have any other choice.
ちょっと汚いからこんなとこに吐き出さないでよ。
You! I wanted to say something to her, but washing my face took priority. I scooped more water, splashed it on my face, and gargled again. I opened my eyes. What do you think you're doing? I do not know what she just did. I don't know if it's something related to, might be something related to, whatever was drawn on his face before, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that happened. I think it did before. It may not have. I can't remember. But for us to find out what she just did, if it even tells us, gonna have to watch next time. Because this is an episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I shall return for the next episode. Farewell, folks.